Hello everyone, it is live. I am live and direct from the Starbucks here near my house. Happy and good morning to you guys. You guys are lively than the chat room this morning. I see you guys, Kelly, Sammy, trying to get free coffee out of me. So I'm glad you guys are here. We have a couple of things to get to today that I want to talk to you. I'm going to be doing some screen sharing today. We're going to be doing an exercise today that is going to help you write your essays a little bit better. Note that who are your videos are due today. I actually went ahead and fixed the video, the discussion board, so that way you're able to know you're able to turn it in. If you can hear me, it's probably going to get a little bit louder because now there's more people here at 11 than there were at 9. If you can hear me, go ahead and say that you can hear me in the chat box, so that way I know that you guys are here and watching. Thank you, Cassandra. Alexis, thank you. Okay, good. Good. All right. Yay! All right, so let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna talk to you about is awesome stuff like your extra credit. I put up your extra credit, and I think I may have mentioned the extra credit, but I'm gonna explain the extra credit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a screen share with you. Don't be alarmed, it's gonna look weird for a moment. Okay. So I'm doing a screen share here with you, and so I'm going to click here, and that was weird. By the way, this is how I actually can see your live chat. I actually have to watch myself in a delay to read your live chat, which is weird. Okay, so let's go to, this is what your class looks like, by the way. Today, I actually have a little video. Do not judge me by the bandana in my hair. You know, it's either that or you get to look at my bad hair day, so you're welcome. Let's go here. We're going to go to content. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the welcome start here module. And everything that is not part of the modules that we're in, even though we're not learning in the module, I put in here under this module because you have access to this the entire semester. It's not shut down at all. So what I have here is an extra credit folder in this module. I'm going to go here, and we're going to go ahead and click on it. And let me explain what it is. This is a module or an extra credit where you are able to write either a memo or a profile essay. This is based on, or actually it's around the community food fair for Lone Star Kingwood. We have a tradition every semester that we do a food fair. And food fair is actually headed by two professors here on campus. Actually, one is a main person, Professor Stubbs, is the person who heads this up. And usually what happens when we are not in that every month in a semester, she talks to the food bank and to the growers, and they donate pounds of food, lots of pounds of food, and we give away this food to our community for free. And this is for people who need additional services for food, and they come to us. And so with Harvey happening, so many people still reeling from Harvey, it was very important for us to continue doing this service and this tradition. So they are continuing the community food fair. And so your job as far as extra credit is to write either a memoir essay or a profile essay based on your experience there. Now, we haven't done profile essay yet, right? There is more than one date for the community food fair, so you don't have to worry about oh, I'm going to go to this thing and I want to write a profile, but I don't know what it is. By the time of the second one, you will not only know what a profile essay is and a memoir essay is, you would have written both. So let's go ahead and look through the assignments. You're going to pick one of the dates below, and you're going to write a 500 to 600 word essay based on your experience there. You're going to need to volunteer there for a minimum of 2 hours. If you do an hour, it's not going to be enough. You're not going to have enough information and have observed enough or have done the work with, or have had enough time to do the work. So you would have enough for your memoir or your essay. So you're going to want to volunteer a minimum of 2 hours. And there's an range here. You can do either a memoir or a profile. You can't do both, so you have to do one or the other. So you just turn in one of those essays. The essay will count as an additional essay grade with the rubric, and I'm going to grade with the rubric that's found on your syllabus. We're going to talk a little bit. So that means that, say, you turn in your memoir essay and you didn't get a good grade, or the grade that you think you would have gotten more, you're kind of looking at that research paper that we're going to do in a couple of weeks, and you're like, I don't know about this, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this well, and you want to kind of preempt that. This is a good way to do that. You want to do the essay, have that grade in there, and remember the grades are weighted, so part of the weighted grade comes up, and it doesn't. It comes up, and so it affects your final grade. It also goes up. So you can do anything. This is like an assignment. So you can do anything you need to do for the assignment. Like you can take it to the writing lab if you need to. You can have other class members look at it if you need to. You guys have been making fast friends in the talks and in the discussion group. So you can go ahead and like message each other and be like, hey, you want to get together at Starbucks and look over our essays before we turn it in. You can go ahead and do that. And in fact, I encourage you to do so. And so depending on what you choose, which date you choose for the food fair, you have a week or a couple days. So if you decide to go this Wednesday, which is October 11th, your essays due on the 18th, which is about a week. If you go to the November 8th fair, your essays due on the 15th. Now, the December 6th fair, because it falls literally the week before finals, you only have a couple of days to do it. You only have 2 days to do it. The only thing I want to grade during finals is your final. And so this is the last time you can turn it in, but this is the weekend where essentially I will not sleep, because everything I need to grade that hasn't been graded will be as close to graded essentially before your final, so that way I can turn your grades in. Let me close that. Thank you, Mr. Barnacle. Attached to the assignment sheet for your extra credit is the community food fair flyer, and so again, here are the dates here. You want more information about them, about the food fair, here are the people you email. This is the location that will be in parking lot G. And here's the information for volunteers. Volunteers, they need 10 to 2. 10 to 2, I can tell you just because I volunteered during this event before. There's lots of people at the beginning and not a lot of people at the end when they need folks to help clean up. So if you really want to be helpful, I would do your 2 hours towards the end. So I would go at noon when people are starting to slow down, help out some folks, put some food in some crates, and then help clean up. And you can write your memoir or your profile over that. And of course, here's the website if you want more information or sign up. Okay, that's what we got. Do you guys have any questions on the extra credits? I'm gonna go back here. Don't be alarmed. You're gonna look at me looking at myself. Oh wow! Look at all the stuff that I didn't read. Oh wow. No one taught me. Okay, no. Okay. You can hear me. It's not showing. Can't see anything. Pause the video. Okay, I think it's my connection. I am at the Starbucks and more people on here. So I can go back and show the switching audio is bad. I'm gonna hold up my hand. Okay. Can you hear me now at this moment? Can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Hopefully you can. Okay, you can't see me. You can hear me, but you can't see me. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. You can see my face. Am I at least making a cute face though? Am I at least making a cute? Okay, I'm done screen sharing. So you should see me, hopefully. Okay, so you can hear it, but you can't see it. That is weird. It worked so well this morning. It worked really well this morning. It's back. I can see, and the audio is really glitchy for me. I can see you now. I can see it. Yes, Eureka, you can see me. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know how to fix it. It may be because I've been at Starbucks since like 8:30 this morning. So it may be that they caught on to what I was doing. And it's super loud in here now. Okay, so for future reference, don't get Starbucks at 11 a.m., but the 9 a.m. works well. Okay, so I'm going to try to say this. If not, I will do a video of this later. In fact, I think I will do a video of this later. So your extra credit is going to be in the Welcome Start Here module. You click on that and then you go to the extra credit. Can you explain the extra credit again? So you go into the Welcome Start Here module and you hit extra credit, and the extra credit is volunteering for 2 hours at the community food fair, and then you're either writing a memoir or a profile essay. You're not writing both, you're writing one or the other, and depending on which one you go to, you have different due dates. So I wrote a whole thing about it and attached a flyer to it, so you'll be able to see like what dates you can go and when you should turn things in. Does it make sense, Sammy? Did I explain it right? Do you need any more clarification? Oh, I'm so upset. This worked so well at 9 a.m. and now it's not working as well. Yikes. I'm actually afraid to do another screen share because I have more things to show you. Okay, so I'm going to move on. If there's any questions, go ahead and put them in the live chat here in the chat box. So I'm going to talk about rubrics. For this module, the rubrics I'm using, oh good, I'm very happy, Sammy. Let me know. I think what I may do is I just need to do a video and post it with the screen share stuff, and so that way you guys will be able to see it again. Oh, sorry, this isn't working. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to talk about now is rubrics. Rubrics essentially tell you what I'm grading for and how many points you get for different things that you do. For your essays, I'm already using rubrics, and that's rubrics that were in your syllabus anyway. The part of the syllabus that says what makes an A, what makes a B, what makes a C, D, and so on. So that's all there. So I'm going to attempt to screen share again. I'm afraid. I'm afraid, guys, but I have to show you this. Okay, so let's do this. Weird, weird. Okay, so this is your essay rubric. Let's look at that first. I'm hoping you can see it. Let me make that bigger. Okay. So this is how I'm grading your essays. Your essays are nearly done, by the way. I am a class and a half done. Just have 3 sections of 1301, and I'm halfway done among all 3 sections. So I'm hoping to get that done here in the next couple of days so I can get ready for your wonderful memoir essays. So with each thing that you do, you get a point. And so this is the rubric I'm going to use for essays. I don't expect to change this a lot. I expect this to stay the same. The argument paper may have an additional column or 2, only because that one, there's specific things I'm going to be looking for. But I think for the most part, this is going to what we're going to be using. So you get different points for different things here. I want to point out, however, you also get points for grammar, style, and mechanics. And this is very important because even if you do really well with structure and everything, but your grammar's ratchet, you won't get the full points. The full for grammar is 25. You can get as low as 5, or you can get 15 in the middle. And you're probably thinking, oh, 12 points is a lot. Not when you're adding everything together. You can easily have a very, very structured essay, but if it's not polished, it won't do well. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Let me go ahead, since I'm here, and hopefully you guys are looking at things. Let me double check to make sure you guys can see and hear me. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Let me go back here. In and out. It's coming in and out. Okay. And I think there's a lag too. So I'm watching things. Okay, there's a lag. I'm gonna attempt, since I'm still in a screen share view, to talk about the other rubric here. So let me talk about the discussion rubric. All right, so not this module, but your other module. Your profile module, which is coming up next week, we're going to have discussion rubrics. This is important to know because the discussion posts aren't supposed to be like a quick 5-minute thing. You're supposed to take time. We don't have, we don't see each other face to face, so you don't have that time or that opportunity to answer things and get things answered, or you have the opportunity to answer the prompts as I would like you to. So you're going to have to take the time as you're answering things for the discussion rubric. And so here's what all the rubric is. I want to again say you're in English class, and so grammar and mechanics are important, and you do get points for that for your rubric. Okay, let me stop the screen sharing here. Stop screen sharing. Okay, can you see me now? Watching this on replay and watching the lag on this is crazy. Okay, so it looks like the issue and the problem is with the screen share. That's what it looks like. I promise you this works so well at 9 a.m. Okay, so I'm not going to screen share. So what I'm going to do is that I'm probably going to do a video on the rubrics and just push it out and handle it that way, and do a screen share on the extra credit. But sadness, I had some other things planned. Um, so let me try to talk about the rubrics like in general terms. So your essays are already being graded by rubrics. Those are the rubrics that are in your syllabus. Um, there also is a copy of the rubrics. I can send you guys a copy of the rubrics or post it as I had it on the screen. You didn't see it. Also, in addition to rubrics, starting with your profile essay module, your rubric, those will be graded by rubric as well. Really, I've been kind of saying, okay, you did what I asked you to. Here's your points. Now it's going to be very specific. I'm looking for grammar. I'm looking for mechanics. I'm looking that you are doing the best you can to answer the prompts, answering it to further discussion. I'm looking at your responses. So, and that it's more of an actual response, not like, oh, I agree with you type of response. I'm not looking for that type of thing. I'm looking for something a little bit deeper and a little more meaningful. So, all right. Now type yes if you heard all that. Good. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a video doing a screen share. Which will hopefully be better. Okay. So we have that. I want to do a. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do this without a screen share. Okay, I know how to do it. Okay, we're going to do a writing exercise. Okay, so the writing exercise is, my friend, I would like for you guys to write in the live chat a sentence with the word of, and put as many ofs in the sentence as possible. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Any sentence. $10 or $100. Technically, Kelly, that's a question. Yes. So what you want to do is write a sentence with the word of in it. And you want to put as many ofs in the sentence as possible. And when you write the sentence, go ahead and put it in the live chat. Okay, good, Sammy. Good sentence. Thank you, Shelby. Where is Shepherd? Are you from Shepherd for real? Or is you just wrote that? Where is Shepherd? Okay. I don't like the lag of this. So I've got two sentences here for Shelby and Sammy. Can I get at least one more sentence? Thank you, Silmara. Thank you, Cassandra. Okay. It's quite all right. Yes, Silmara, that absolutely counts. That's pretty darn good. Now, here's my challenge to you guys. Write the same sentence without using of. Trying to communicate what you wanted to communicate, but you can't use the word of. So let's see what you can do. Okay, those are really good sentences, guys. So I did this exercise, and you may think, "Oh my gosh, this is a really redundant exercise." Yes, because we are working on redundancies. Redundancies are one of those things. Redundancies and wordiness are one of those things that slows down a paragraph, slows down sentences, right? It makes it to where the reader has to read 5 words in order to understand 3. You want to think about the message of your sentence and what you are actually trying to say. Oh, it's not so hard because I haven't given you the hard stuff, Sammy. And going back, so you're wanting to think about what you're trying to say and how you want to say it. So, for example, I'm going to pick on somebody's sentence here. So let's do Shelby's original sentence. And that's a really good example. Her original sentence is, I'm from the city of Shepherd, and of that city we have a very small population, right? You have 2 ofs in there, and you can make it smaller. You can make it more distinct and more concentrated and talk about the actual communication of this. And she wrote her revised sentences, I'm from a very small town called Shepherd, which has a very small population. And even that, you can even make that smaller. You still have a little bit of redundancy here. If you're from a small town, the small town has a small population. So you don't even have to say there's a small population in a small town, right? You can just say, I'm from a small town called Shepherd, period. And see how we took a big long sentence and boiled it down to its studs, and we still communicated the exact same thing we wanted to say. We can do the same thing with the words very and a lot. Now, I was going to have a screen share, but I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid of it. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste this sentence here as an example. The people of the nation are happy and healthy. right? There's an of there. Usually there's an of that is, for the most part, about 95%, means there's a redundancy or wordiness in the sentence. How would you fix it? How would you fix that sentence without using the word of? Go ahead and type it in the live chat. Tamara, what do you mean that the point I was trying to get across is the first post? Let me look at your first sentence. Oh, you're giving me your sentence. Never mind. I get it now. Sammy, Cassandra, Coda, you have it perfectly right. Very, very good. Okay, Sammy. Not necessarily. You can be healthy and not happy. You can be happy and not healthy. So they don't qualify. They don't cancel each other out. So look at Cassandra's and Coda's sentences. They're completely 100% right. You would want to make a sentence that says something like the nation's people are happy and healthy, or the nation's people are happy and happy. But look at the word nations. Nations are constructed of people, right? So you don't need the people. In fact, you can take out the word of and people in that sentence and make the sentence leaner, neater, and you can still communicate something that you really wanted to communicate. All right, let's try another sentence. For this particular sentence, there's actually a couple of ways to do it. Let's try the sentence, this isn't of importance to you. Let's try to make that leaner and meaner and less redundant. Coda, very good question. Very good question. They mean two different things. The sentence changes its meaning when you change it to change for to. Ooh, Xiomara. I feel the heat coming from that sentence. Okay. There's a couple ways to do this. Xiomara has one of the ways. Not quite. You did it closer to the right than you think you did, Xiomara. Xiomara thinks that she did the exercise wrong. It's not quite wrong. It's right in the middle. It's one of the ways to do it, because the assumption is with the sentence, if it's not of importance to you, then it's importance to me. So I can see why you would do that. So it's an interpretation. So it's not wrong. You interpreted it differently. Okay? There's a couple of ways to do this. All right, so if we're taking a sentence like, This isn't of importance to you. The informal thing is this. So the informal of that is mind your own business, right? It's almost like you want to interpret, you want to translate that sentence into something else. Um, let's see, Cassandra actually had it right. This isn't important too. Is the more formal way of saying that. Remember we talked about formal and informal? Yeah, it is harsh. But the original sentence was kind of harsh, right? We talked about formal and informal, right? And so the formal way is how Cassandra had it. Cassandra had it right. This isn't important to you. Very formal. Doesn't have as much of a sting to it, of course. Takes out the of and is definitely correct in all ways, shapes, and form. That's something you may want to write in an email or in a memo to your boss. I don't know what the topic is. Seems kind of sinister there, but that's definitely a more formal way of writing things. Now, informal is mind your own business, right? And it's the same message, said in a different way, and it's more direct. Yes, it's very, very harsh, but it's very, very informal. Most especially in places where people are trying to look over your shoulder. You're like, mind your business, right? Very cool. So two other things. The words very and a lot aren't that great. Oh, it looks like I froze for a little bit. So let me say that again. The words very and a lot aren't that great because very doesn't tell you anything. It used to be that very kind of gave you like the degrees of the verb that it was attached to. So if you were very sad, it means you were really sad, right? But now people put very on everything, and it's kind of lost its meaning and it's lost its importance and its power through overuse in the English language. So if I were to say very sad in a sentence, how would you change that? If I were to say I was very sad, knowing that you can't use the word very, what would you use instead? Go ahead and type it in the box when you got it. Sammy, you're not the only one that uses those a lot. And we're going to talk about the word a lot here in a minute as well. Devastated is a good word, Cassandra. Sammy, try to use a word other than extremely. What kind of sad are you? There's more words to describe sad. Yes, upset is good. Good, Sammy. Depressed? Yeah, depressed is good. Shelby, try to use something other than extremely. Rocio, who's not Rocio, try to use something other than outstanding. You don't want to replace sad, replace the word very. You want to describe the sadness. What is sad? Kelly, I am depressed is a better use than extremely sad. Xiomara, miserable is a really good word. Yes, very, very good word. You see the ones that I'm pointing out, upset, depressed, miserable. These are actual verbs. These are actual words that you can use instead of very sad, right? One of the things that is in the rubrics for the not only the essays but for the discussion is your use of words and your use of fluency, and how you write things, right? And this is one of the things that you want to focus on. You want to focus on the word very. You want to focus on the word a lot, and then focus on the word ofs. There are other words you can focus on and other things, but since we are beginning writers, let's start with this, right? Probably in the next module, we'll talk about more redundancies and deeper redundancies, but let's go ahead and work on this. Just saying unhappy, yes, very, very good. Like, I am unhappy that this thing is freezing when it shouldn't be freezing. Oh, I'm so sorry about technology, guys. So very sorry. Let's try the word a lot. So if we were to have this sentence to say, so let's say we have the sentence, I worry about my classwork a lot. It's a very simple sentence. It's a sentence that a lot of people use, right? You've probably used it 1 or 2 times yourself. Now, try to use that sentence without the word a lot. Think about what you're trying to convey. What is the message in the sentence? Now write it without the word a lot. Sammy, you are working it. Yes, my classwork stresses me out a lot. I worry about my classwork tremendously. That's pretty good. But Cassandra, I know you. You're on the howler, so I know that I can challenge you. Don't use the word tremendously. Write another sentence. Challenge yourself. All right, Alexis, constantly, I am frustrated about my classwork. Yes, I hear that a lot, actually. It's mostly because I do well. I worry about my classwork too much. Yes, Shelby, too much. Actually, you're using the wrong too. It's TOO, means gives you like volume, like too much, too little. And TO is from here to there. So it's TOO. Yes, my classwork is the focus of my stress. Very good, Kelly. And then Kelly number 2 is, I spend a great deal of time worrying about my classwork. Yes, see how that's a better sentence than I worry about my classwork a lot. This actually has more life. This actually communicates a lot more to the reader about the stress and the worry that happens with your classwork. Oh my gosh, they're probably thinking, what exactly are you doing for your classwork? They don't know that you have a video due today. My classwork is the only reason I overeat and lose my hair. Whoa, I love the drama. Thank you, Xiomara. You know I love me some dramatics. Okay, Rocio, who's not Rocio, my classwork triggers my stress levels due to my concern. Yes, it's a little wordy at the end because if it triggers your stress levels, that's because you're concerned about it. So you don't even need those last 4 words. My classwork triggers my stress levels. Period. And it's a better sentence. All right. Oh, good, Shelby. I'm glad you noticed that. All right, guys. You see how your sentences are a lot more powerful. They're a lot more direct. They're conveying a lot more information than, oh, I worry about my classwork a lot. That is actually kind of lazy, and we are college students now. We're no longer in high school, so I expect better sentences and better use of your vocabulary. So these are a couple of tips and a couple ways you can make your sentences sing on your memoir essay. Cassandra, stepping up to the plate. Very good, Cassandra. Very good. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all I have. I wanted to do that exercise because you are about to write your memoir essay. You're about to put words on paper. You did it for your formal and informal essays. Thank you very much. But this is a bigger essay. Informal and formal was like maybe a page or so. But this is a much longer essay. This essay is going to be a couple of pages, and it has a whole narrative. This has a whole story. So I wanted you to have something that whenever you are editing or revising, you can look for specifically. Now remember, I don't want to see the first version of your story or of your memoir. I don't want to see the first version of it. I want to see like your third draft. I want to see the third draft of your memoir essay. I don't want to see the first one. So remember, shooting first drafts, just dump it all on paper first and then work on it. Okay, so that's all I have for right now. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Now that you have me, you have my attention, take the opportunity to ask. Yes, what's the question? What's the question, Sammy, on the Who You Are video? Okay. Shelby, did you read the directions? Oh, why? Don't do that. Okay. Did you read the directions on the Who You Are video? Shomana, that is just the max. I don't want it any more than 2 minutes. Oh, okay, Sammy, so what you're going to need to do is that you're going to need to go to the computer lab on campus, either at Atascocita or on Kingwood to get that done. You may not be able to use your photos, and that's okay, because you can use the visuals that are in Adobe Spark, so it is not a requirement that you use your photos. You may want to, and if you're not able to get the photos off your phone, then I would use the visuals that Adobe Spark has. Okay, so Shelby, you read, okay, so essentially, did you see the grit videos that were part of the lessons? In the folder that was in the lesson, there were some example videos. Did you see the example videos? Kelly, you can say, this is my grit story, but you don't have to say it's your grit story. The examples are from other students on another campus, and their assignment was a grit story based on resilience. I just want you to tell me a story about a time when you weren't resilient. So you can say, this is my grit story, or this is the time when I was resilient. So Shelby, if you watch the videos, it's just like those videos. In the lesson, in the folder, in the same folder where the lesson is, the same folder where the lesson is where the sample videos are. You're just like that. I hate the fact that this freezes like every 5 seconds, taking me off a little bit. So as I'm watching the live chat, I can see like there's a lag, so I can see myself. What you guys see, I can see it freeze like every 5 seconds. So it's annoying. I see what you guys mean. It's super annoying. I'm so sorry. I can tell you that the 9 a.m. worked very well. I don't know what happened between 9 and 11. Shimano, good question. Anyone, when you put it on the discussion board, anybody can click on it and you can see it. So if there's something you don't want people to know, I would not put it in the video. Okay. Is there any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna assume there's no questions. There's a lag on this. That's really crazy. Okay, Samara, make another one. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. That's fine, Samara. You can make another one, or you can literally take. If there's some things you can just take out, you can literally just. I think there should be a way you can take like certain things just out, like you can just exit out or delete it, and see if that's easier for you. It doesn't have to be. It can be no more than 2 minutes. There are some people who've turned in like a minute's worth, and it's perfect and it's fine. They did what the assignment was, so don't think that it has to be right at 2. It can be less than 2, but don't make it like 10 seconds because you didn't do anything in 10 seconds. Okay, if there's not any questions, I'm gonna go ahead. This is annoying. I'm so disappointed in this. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the live stream, but I'm going to keep the live chat open, so I will be able to answer your questions in the live chat. And I'll keep it open for a while, for probably about 15 minutes. So if you have some questions, go ahead and dump it in there, and I'll answer it. I'm just gonna go ahead and like turn off the live stream part of it. Okay, guys? I will catch you later. Hopefully, the next time we do this live stream, it will not suck. Sorry. Be awful.